the detection and measurement of all types of radiation such that alpha, beta and gamma radiation. Basically, it consists of a pair of electrons surrounded by a gas. Then electrode have a high voltage across them. The gas used is usually helium or argon. गैस चैम्बर में हमने हीलियम या आर्गन गैस को यूज करते हुए उसको हाई वोल्टेज के ऊपर रखा। देन गैस जो है वो आयोनाइज्ड हो जाएगी और आयोनाइज्ड होने के बाद उसमें दो टाइप के आयन बनेंगे, पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव, जिसको हमने इलेक्ट्रोड से कनेक्ट कर रखा है। देन पॉजिटिव पार्टिकल अट्रैक्ट टू ए नेगेटिव इलेक्ट्रोड एंड नेगेटिव पार्टिकल अट्रैक्ट टू पॉजिटिव अटैक्स। A scalar counts the current plus and one often is a count whenever radiation ionize the gas. Apparatus of the two parts, first is the tube and second is the counter plus power supply. Then Geiger-Müller tube is usually cylindrical with a wire down the center. Then the counter plus power supply have voltage control and timer options. A highly voltage is established across the cylinder and the wire as shown in the figure. Then Geiger-Müller tube, this is the ground part and high voltage entered. Then starting voltage is this and operating voltage is starting voltage plus 15. Then relative region, plateau region counts plus plateau region, then one of the state, then count then one of the point, then continuous discharge the particle. जब आयोनाइज्ड रेडिएशन सपोज अल्फा, बीटा और गामा पार्टिकल ट्यूब के अंदर एंट्री करते हैं, देन गैस मोलिकुलर जो है वो क्या होते हैं, आयोनाइज हो जाते हैं, जो ट्यूब के अंदर पहले से मौजूद है। देन आयोनाइज्ड एटम्स एंड इलेक्ट्रॉन इज नॉक्ड आउट द एटम। ये आयोनाइज्ड एटम जो है क्या करते हैं, इलेक्ट्रॉन को बाहर एटम से बाहर निकाल देते हैं। देन रिमेनिंग एटम इज पॉजिटिवली चार्ज एंड हाई वोल्टेज इन ट्यूब प्रोड्यूस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इनसाइड द ट्यूब। तो जैसे ही हम आयोनाइज्ड चैम्बर के अंदर ये गैस प्रोड्यूस करते हैं हाई वोल्टेज पे, तो एटम से जो क्या है वो इलेक्ट्रॉन बाहर निकल जाता है। इलेक्ट्रॉन बाहर निकलने के बाद टू टाइप्स आयन बन जाते हैं, इलेक्ट्रॉन, और जहाँ से इलेक्ट्रॉन बाहर निकल गया वो नेगेटिव आयन्स। Then positive charge ion are attracted to the negative electrode. This produces a plus of current in wires connecting with the electrodes and this pulse is counted. तो आयोनाइज्ड गैस के कारण जो उसके अंदर आयोनाइज्ड गैस है वो आयोनाइज्ड अल्फा या बीटा पार्टिकल रेडिएशन जैसे एंटर होता है, एंटर होने के बाद उन गैसेस का क्या होता है, आयोनाइजेशन हो जाता है। आयोनाइजेशन होने के बाद पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव दो पार्टिकल बन जाते हैं। वो पार्टिकल जो है उनके रेस्पेक्टिवली इलेक्ट्रोड की तरफ अट्रैक्ट होते हैं। देन प्रोड्यूस ए वायर्ड करंट। ये करंट जो है, पल्स जो है, इसको क्या किया जाता है, काउंट किया जाता है इन डिटेक्टर के द्वारा। आफ्टर द पल्स इज काउंटेड द चार्ज्ड आयंस बिकम न्यूट्रलाइज्ड एंड द गाइगर काउंटर इज रेडी टू रिकॉर्ड अनदर पल्स। जैसे ही फर्स्ट डिटेक्ट कर ली जाती है, काउंटेड कर ली जाती है, तो क्या हो जाता है, चार्ज्ड आयंस बिकम न्यूट्रलाइज हो जाता है। देन गाइगर काउंटर इज रेडी टू रिकॉर्ड अनदर पल्स। इन ऑर्डर फॉर द गाइगर काउंटर ट्यूब टू रिस्टोर इटसेल्फ क्विकली टू its original state after radiation has entered, a gas is added to the tube. Then proper use of the Geiger counter. One must have the appropriate voltage across the electrodes. If the voltage is too low, then electric field in the tube is too weak to count a current pulse. If the voltage is too high, then the tube will undergo continuous discharge and the tube can be damaged. तो फर्स्ट जो प्रिकॉशंस है वो जीएम काउंटर में वो यही है कि इसका वोल्टेज जो है वो अक्रॉस जो वोल्टेज हम इलेक्ट्रोड में लगा रहे हैं वो इलेक्ट्रॉन हमेशा हाई रहना चाहिए। अगर लो वोल्टेज है तो नो काउंट्स आर रिकॉर्डेड। दिस इज बिकॉज द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज टू वीक एंड इवन वन पल्स टू बी रिकॉर्डेड एज द वोल्टेज इज इंक्रीज्ड one obtains a counting rate. The voltage at which the GM tube just brings to count is called the starting potential. Then counting rate quickly rises as the voltage is increased for our equipment. The rise is so fast that the graph look like a step. This step graph is showing for the starting voltage is V naught, then increase voltage, and operating voltage is V naught and 15, then 1 plus is then continuous discharge, then plateau region, this region, then voltage maintained between this. After the Q rise, counting rate levels off. This range of voltage is termed the plateau region. Eventually the voltage become too high and we have continuous discharge. Then threshold voltage is the voltage where the plateau region beginning. Proper operation, when the voltage is in the plateau region of the curve for best operation, then voltage should be selected fairly close to the threshold voltage and within the first 1/4 of the way into the plateau region. A rule we follow which the GM2P overlap in the following. Then voltage about 75 volts above the starting potential and smaller tube for set the operating voltage about 50 volts above the starting potential. In plateau region, the graph of counting rate versus voltage is in general not completely flat. The plateau is not a perfect location. Then efficiency of a Geiger counter. Geiger counter की दक्षता कितनी है? Then efficiency of a detector is given by the ratio of number of radiation detected and number of particle of radiation emitted. This definition for efficiency of a detector is also used for other detectors. The reason that the efficiency is small for a GM tube is that a gas is used to absorb the energy. A gas is not very dense, so most of the radiation passes right through the tube. Some of the advantage of a Geiger counter: they are relatively expensive, they are durable and easily portable, they can detect all types of radiation. Some of the disadvantages of using a Geiger counter: they cannot differentiate which type of radiation is being detected. वो डिटेक्ट किस टाइप की रेडिएशन को कर रहा है. सपोज दैट अल्फा पार्टिकल है, बीटा पार्टिकल या गामा रेडिएशन है, उसको डिफरेंस या उनमें विभेद नहीं कर पाता कौन सा है. दे कैन नॉट बी यूज टू डिटरमाइन द एग्जैक्ट एनर्जी ऑफ द डिटेक्शन रेडिएशन. जो संसूचित की गई या डिटेक्ट की गई रेडिएशन की एनर्जी लेवल क्या है, एनर्जी क्या है, उसको डिटरमाइन नहीं करता. दे हैव ए वेरी लो एफिशिएंसी. फर्स्ट थिंग, रिसॉल्विंग टाइम या डेड टाइम. रिसॉल्विंग टाइम क्या? आफ्टर ए काउंट हैज बीन रिकॉर्डेड इट टेक्स द GM tube a certain amount of time to reset itself to be ready to record the next count. Then resolving time or dead time, T of a detector is the time is detected for the detector to reset itself. रिसॉल्विंग टाइम, जब डिटेक्टर में फर्स्ट पल्स को काउंट की जाती है, काउंट करने के बाद वापस से वो नेगलेक्ट कर देता है, उसको नेगलेक्ट करके फिर वो जो है नेक्स्ट काउंट को रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए खुद को वापस रीसेट करना है. तो रीसेट करने में फर्स्ट काउंट के बाद फिर दोबारा से खुद को रीसेट करने में जो टाइम लगता है वो टाइम क्या कहलाता है? डेड टाइम या रिसॉल्विंग टाइम. करेक्टिंग फॉर द रिसॉल्विंग टाइम, we define following variables. Capital T is the resolving time or dead time of the detector. TR, the real time that the detector is operating. This is the actual time that the detector is on. It over counting time. TR does not depend on the dead time of the detector but on how long we actually record count. TL, the live time that the detector is operating. TR, detector is real time the detector is operating. TL, the live time that the detector is operating. This is the time that the detector is able to record count. TL depend on the dead time of detector. फर्स्ट पल्स के बाद जब रीसेट होने में तो टोटल जो टाइम डिटेक्ट जो है डेड टाइम कितना रहेगा उसके ऊपर TL जो है लाइव टाइम जो है वो क्या करेगा? डिपेंडेंट रहेगा. सी द टोटल नंबर ऑफ काउंट दैट वी रिकॉर्ड एंड द मेजर्ड काउंटिंग रेट. This is n is equal to C by TR. then capital N the true counting rate. This N is equal to C by TL. Note that the ratio N by N is equal to small neta upon capital N is equal to C by TR and C by TL. This is equal to TL by TR. This means the fraction of the count. This mean that the fraction of count that we record is the ratio of the lifetime to the real time. This ratio is the fraction of the time that the detector is able to record count. The key relationship we need it between the real time, lifetime and dead time. The relationship we need the between the real time, lifetime and dead time. Real time, lifetime and dead time. A good approximation, the lifetime is equal to the real time minus C times the dead time of T. Then TL is equal to TR minus CT. This is the true sense. TT is the total time that the detector is unable to record counts during the counting time TR. We can solve the capital N in terms of small n and t by combining the two equations above. First divided the second equation by TR, then TL upon TR is equal to 1 minus CT by TR. This is equal to 1 minus NT. From the first equation we see that the left side is equal to n by n is equal to small n upon capital N is equal to 1 minus small n t. Solving the n, we obtain the equation capital N is equal to n upon 1 minus nt. This is the equation we need to determine the true counting rate from the measured one. Notice that n is always larger than small n. Also note that the product nt is the key parameter in determining by how much the true counting rate increase from the measured counting rate. For a small value of nt, the product nt unitlet is the fraction increase that capital N is of n. For value nt less than 0.01, dead time is not important and are less than a 1% effect. Dead time changes the measured value for the counting rate by 5% when nt is equal to 0.05. This product nt is small when either the counting rate n is small or the dead time t is small. Second, measuring the resolving time. We can get an estimate of the resolving time of a detector by performing the following measurement called the two-source method for estimating detector dead time. First, we determine the counting rate with one source alone. Call this counting rate N1. When we add a second source next to the first one and determine the counting rate with both sources together, call this counting rate N12. Finally, we take away source 1 and measure the counting rate with source 2 alone. We call this counting rate N2. Then we might think about the measure counting rate times N12 should equal N1 plus N2. If there were no dead time, this would be true. However, with dead time, N12 is less than the sum of N1 plus N2. This is because with both sources present, the detector is dead more often than when the sources are being counted alone. The true counting time to added up N12 is equal to capital N1 plus N2. Since these are the counting rate correct for the dead time, substituting the expression for the measured counting time into the above equation give N12 1 minus N112 and N1 upon 1 minus N1t plus N2 1 minus N1. An approximation solution to this equation is given by t is equal to N1 plus N2 minus N12 upon 2 N1 N2. You can imagine the difficulty in obtaining a precise value for t using the two source method. One need to be very careful that the position of source 1 and 2 with respect to the detector alone is the same as the position of these sources when they are measured together. Also, since N12 is not much smaller than N1 plus N2. the relative statistical error equal 1 upon t by n total, where n total is the total number of counts. For sufficient accuracy, one need to use an active source for a long time. Then values that we usually obtain in our experiments range from 100 to 500 microsecond. Then dead time of GM tube is also available from the manufacturer and be between 100 and 300 microsecond. Next in next video. Thank you.